What's up, everybody? Boom here, and today we're going to talk a little bit about the Devastation Aura, give you a little bit of insight as to why I use it so much, and just a little bit of information about auras in general. This is going to be the first of a 3-part series talking about auras. I think each aura deserves their own video, but I want to talk to you about the Devastation Aura, which is the red one, because 1, it's my favorite, 2, it's super important in the meta when it comes to soul charging and anti-soul charge, and 3, it's red. So we're going to talk about this one first. But some general information about auras is that auras actually increase your damage, right? No matter what aura you have, right? So there are 3 aura moves that give you aura benefits. 6B plus K, which, you know, gives me, for the red one, the benefit is meter gain, so I got a little bit more meter for doing that. You have A plus B, which gives you a quarter of a bar, and you also have Divine Rings BB, which gives you that much, and then Divine Rings BB hold, which gives you that much, right? So those are really the moves that you kind of want to focus on when you do want your aura benefits, but also they increase your damage, right? So for example, Nightmare has armor. If I 6B plus K that, while I don't have an aura, I get armored out, right? But if I have an aura, all of a sudden his armor doesn't work anymore, simply because I have any aura equipped, right? It doesn't matter if you have the green one, doesn't matter if you have the blue one, it just beats out armor clean, right? And this also works for combos as well. So for example, I'll equip the Devastation Aura since we're focusing on that one, and let's say I get a GI read, right? So A plus B, when it works, do the combo, we'll do this combo, 101 damage. So that's quite a lot of damage, right? Let's see how much it does without an aura. Only 94. So it's like 6 damage, 7 damage. I can't do math, sorry, but 7 damage increase. And you know, with Hwang, you take all the damage you can get, right? It's super important to do that, right? And we also get an added aura benefit. You get about, I think, half a bar almost off of an A plus B lethal hit with an aura. So it's super important to have an aura equipped at all times, I think, in general, right? But now onto like the little nuances of the red aura or Devastation Aura and why I like it so much. It's because it's really just anti soul charge. It's so good against the opponent's soul charge. You get a lethal hit versus their soul charge if they're in a soul charge state, and also you gain talismans if your opponent's soul charges. Now, one of the things that's important to know is that when you are above a certain number of positive talismans, I think it's 3 or 4, you actually gain extra meter when you go into the next round, right? And so the goal with this aura is to use as much meter, have as much meter as possible, to either use it on a CE to get more talismans, which if you see somebody in guts, you gain 3 talismans. So for example, let me go ahead and do this. So if I see this person in guts, right, I'll get, my talismans count will go up to 6, which is one of the ways to gain talismans, right? And let's say it won't kill, right? Because it didn't kill. I can go in a soul attack and be plus 8 and do what I need to do, right? I can do 1KK, stuff like that. I can do 2 plus B, stuff like that, right? It's super good to kind of keep the momentum. And if you win the round, you get 2 talismans off of it. So it's not really a waste of meter because you have the aura and you can get it back. But I think one of the cool things about this is that when your opponent soul charges, you gain lethal hits. So I'm going to have Nightmare soul charge, and I'm going to show you the lethal hit that you get, say A plus B. But I want you to look at how much meter, how much soul charge Nightmare has left, and how much meter that I gain through this. True combo, I gain about 3/4 of a bar, and I take about 3/4 of Nightmare's soul charge, and that's if I get the lethal hit early, right? The amount of meter that I get doesn't change, but the amount of soul charge the opponent has afterwards definitely changes, right? And I think that's super huge to have something like that that's just like an anti-soul charge mechanic, and also GI's horizontal highs, right? Which I think is super cool. And also one of the, I guess, undiscovered things about this lethal hit, about this, not lethal hit in general, but using the lethal hit with the Aurora, is that you get some pretty cool situations regarding RIs, which I think a lot of players are like, oh, RI is kind of weak, but imagine this, right? You're fighting against Nightmare, and then you RI something, and you have this lethal hit. Now, just watch. Doesn't do a lot of damage, but all of a sudden, my RI is free if I guess correctly, right? And he has no soul charge to begin with. Now it's Nightmare, so he has Terror charge, but I think that's super cool to dictate the pace like that. And also, let's say they GI, right? Because, you know, that's also the counterplay, right? Now all of a sudden, you get more meter. You can do whatever combo you want, and they have no soul charge, and you get your bar back for your RI, right? I think that's super cool. It's a super sort of not necessarily niche, but a super like Hwang specific thing that Hwang can do. And I think that is amazing. Unfortunately, when it comes to 8A plus B, it is only I-18, so they cannot, or level 2 GI they can just guard and be fine. That's why I like to stay in positive talismans, because all of a sudden you still have the B-side K lethal hit that is there, as well as the 8 plus B. I think that is super cool and super important to be able to dictate so much soul charge like that, if you get a call out like that. And the cool thing about this, I don't know if you guys noticed, but if I RI something, you get the talismans for them soul charging because they're still in a soul charge state. So you get free talismans if you RI a soul charge, and you get the ability to blow them up. I think that's super important and super cool in a game, in a meta where soul charge is probably the most powerful thing, and being able to dictate that and deal with that is super important and super good, as well as having meter on your own to soul charge back when they don't have the ability to soul charge back. I think that's insane. Overall, the goal with this soul charge is really to kind of like maintain your meter gain. Use your meter as you see fit, whether it be a CE or a soul attack or just a regular soul charge. Being able to generate enough meters so that way you can keep your talisman rate up, which means if you have more than 3 or 4 talismans, positive talismans, you gain meter for the next round, and being able to kind of dictate the pace like that rather than going into negative and things like that. Not saying negative is bad, but I don't think being negative is good with this way of thinking in this Aura, simply because you're losing a lot out on health and opportunities to kind of use your meter, and when you start the round in negative, you actually lose meter, right? So I think positive is the way to go with this one. But that's a little bit of how I think about the Aurora, the Red Aurora, Devastation Aura. I'll be doing the Green Aura next, which is Vigor. So let me know if you like this video. Let me know if it helped you, if there's anything that more I should go over. But yeah, I'm out.